Chancellor, Acting Vice-Chancellor, friends, family, distinguished guests, and finally, UniSQ graduates. Good afternoon. My name is Anna Ryan, and it is my honour to stand before you today as valedictorian, and my privilege to speak on behalf of all the graduates present. Firstly, congratulations to my fellow graduates on the completion of your respective degrees. Like me, there would have been many times where you thought this day would never come. But all that hard work, perseverance, late nights and early mornings have finally paid off. Whether you've studied part-time while juggling family and work commitments or returned to study after a period of time in the workforce, each of us have made sacrifices and faced challenges in order to reach this momentous occasion. I completed my undergraduate degree in psychological science in 2013, and at the time, I really wasn't sure if being a psychologist was what I wanted to be. I'd heard so many stories about the competitiveness of the psychology master's programs that I had dismissed this as a realistic option for me. Instead, I searched for an alternative pathway to obtaining general registration as a psychologist. I eventually found and completed a 2-year internship program, which did gain me general registration in 2016. After working for several years and gaining a wealth of clinical experience across government and non-government sectors, I remained sceptical of my chances of a place in a clinical master's program. However, with the encouragement of my family, I took a leap of faith and I submitted my application for the master's program at UniSQ. I must have read my letter of offer 100 times before it finally sank in, and after 2 long years, I am proud to say that I have graduated with a Master's of Clinical Psychology. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank the UniSQ staff, our dedicated lecturers, tutors, supervisors, and academic staff. Thank you for imparting your wealth of knowledge and facilitating our learning. During a global pandemic, you managed to rearrange entire curriculums to accommodate our needs. We sincerely thank you for your tireless efforts to enable our continued learning and for making our graduation today a reality. On a personal note, I wish to thank UniSQ for providing me the opportunity to gain invaluable clinical experience in the renowned Tess Cramen Pain and Research Centre and the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital. I am forever indebted for this opportunity to have worked with and learnt from such respected and experienced clinicians. While we are graduating today from varied disciplines, we will no doubt have shared some novel lessons during the peak of the pandemic. We've learnt what a QR code is and how to master a yawn behind a face mask without the other person knowing, or, as in my case, learned how to shut down a webcam in record time as my fiancé, now husband, suddenly decides to make a cameo appearance in the middle of a Zoom lecture. We should be justifiably proud of such achievements. On reflection, some of the more memorable lessons from my time at UniSQ were not just the rote kind, or those acquired from clinical experience, but rather the important lessons that I had learnt through the relationships made along the way. Whether these were the therapeutic relationships that I had made with clients, relationships with supervisors and colleagues, or the lifelong friendships made with peers. Each holds special significance and has enriched my learning experience. These relationships bring greater meaning to what we have been taught in lectures, and it is through these relationships that we continue to grow and consolidate our knowledge long after we graduate from formal learning. On behalf of today's graduates, I'd also like to acknowledge the importance of those relationships behind the scenes, those on the home front. You have played no small part in making today possible. To all the friends, family members, loved ones, and even the fur babies at home, thank you for your unwavering and unconditional support throughout our studies. Your love, endless tolerance, and patience has carried us through many moments of stress, tears, and the all too frequent all-nighters. You've encouraged us to keep going when at times it really did not seem possible to continue. To my fellow graduates, it is my hope that when we look back on our time at UniSQ, we will reflect on those important relationships and continue to maintain and nurture them as we strive to reach our full potential in our chosen professions and in our personal lives. For many of us, today marks the end of our formal academic journey and the beginning of our careers. For others, like me, it means returning to the psychology profession with a consolidated knowledge base, greater confidence, and an emerging identity as a psychologist, which, by the way, I now know is really what I want to be. I'd like to conclude today with an inspirational quote by everybody's favourite family doctor, Dr. Seuss, who said, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. Graduates, I wish you well on your future travels. Thank you.